Clanky. Speaking of which, poor Kaz, he's left us for another show today. Poor
K.
What a
bitch.
What an ass, right? Like that guy.
Dickhead. Wait, where is he?
Actually, he's not on another show today. I should clarify. That's kind of mean sounding. He's hanging out with Georgia in person, so I can't really take that away from him.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, that's way better.
Yeah,
kind of gay, but okay.
Well, Georgia's an awesome. Actually, I should say Gorgia, because that's her. That's her secret nickname. That's her, like, when she gets hulked. Gorgia.
She's Gorgia
smash.
I don't know who this person is, but I do like their name.
Georgia is she plays Lo Nico on Throne of Top Sands. She has a nice jewelry store. If I could link things like easily, I would. But like, yeah, go check out her jewelry if you can.
I'll look it up.
You got it. Yeah, we're here talking about House of the Dragon, episode 8. Today we're Kazless, but I'm joined by AJ and Richard. Hey, howdy doody, folks.
Do you think I wear jewelry?
Yeah, you could.
I do.
Well, dude, like, because you like cosplay, I imagine you need jewelry for certain things. Like, why not?
Yeah.
I used to wear a lot of jewelry. I used to wear rings and bracelets and necklaces.
You used to wear rings.
Pinky rings.
Power. Like, it was a whole shebang. First mention of Rings of Power. There we go. I'm sorry. Jot it down. But yeah, I have been waiting, honestly, ever since I watched this episode to know exactly what you guys thought.
I think this is the right one. It's Georgia Mar jewelry,
about?
Right?
Georgia Mar jewelry. That's what it should be. Yeah. We were talking about House of the Dragon, episode 8 today.
Okay.
Too many shows. To talk
I'm so
about.
lost. There's so many shows.
I know. I watched Andor last night, and I was like, "Okay, I'm getting geared up to talk about this." Never mind.
Thank you for the link. I'll check that out. Yeah, I'm definitely like, I get lost in the shows, and now I don't even remember when they all come out.
Yeah,
like, fuck.
Because like starting at like Wednesday all the way to like Sunday is like packed full of shows.
Yeah,
like,
I rely on this show to tell me when I'm gonna watch the next episodes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm honestly ecstatic for She-Hulk to end this week, just to be like, hey, well, that's one done.
Yeah,
we're
like
out of
honestly, I've been working on like a game in my free time, but like I've been putting it on hiatus because I usually do on my lunch break.
And now here we are on your lunch break.
Speaking of which, here, let me 1 second. Lunch break. Lunch plus 30. Just telling everyone I'm going for lunch.
Yeah, I've been wanting to know what you guys thought about this episode because the thing is, I would say this is my lowest rated episode this season. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, but like not in a bad way, right? Because like out of all, like this has been a great show. I love the show, but something about this episode I didn't love. Like I came out of it going, okay.
I liked it.
I did too. I kind of understand where you're coming from because I do feel like, especially with King Viserys at this point in the show, it's like, all right, we get it. But otherwise, I liked the episode.
Like, yeah, I liked it, but I think that well, like, if you go back and look at other seasons of Game of Thrones, probably like episode 7 of the wait, no, this is 8. Episode 8 of the season is usually, I think, the calm before the storm of episode 9.
Yeah, it's like the penultimate episode and makes it like all calm right before the big shit goes down.
So that's what I imagined this kind of was in the first place. But like in saying that, there were still so many cool things in this episode, I thought, right? Like Viserys, like Paddy Considine's acting alone in this episode. If that guy doesn't win an award.
Like, that guy, oh my god, dude. That guy looks like he's 90 years old.
Yeah, it was gross looking. This is the first and only episode so far that has actually been a bit of a tearjerker for me.
Yeah,
really.
Like I actually teared up a little bit.
It was an oddly timed episode for people in Canada, I feel, because like we had Thanksgiving like this weekend, and it was literally almost like a Thanksgiving dinner that they were having with each other, and like saying like I'm thankful, not in so many words, but pretty much like I'm thankful for you and all the people that we have here like with us. It was
fucking
beautiful.
Aemon's during that, Bro, Aemon, I don't know. I love him.
Aemon grew the fuck up and became sexy, whereas Aegon grew like thick and weird when he was younger and taller. You know what I mean? It was a very weird change on that front, but
for sure, Aemon grew up to look like an actual elf. It's strange. Like his face is so strange to me.
Like if you told me that was just a younger Daemon, I would have been like, yeah, that looks like him.
Yeah. He's got the most conniving looking mouth. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but like he has like that curl in his mouth that makes him look evil as fuck.
Yeah, his face is like cat-like. He's got a very cat-like
absolutely.
face.
They had a body double for Patty when he looked skinny. I could see that. Like that.
Sure.
But dude,
honestly, I thought he was CGI.
He looked fucking disgusting, but in a good way, you know.
Like there were so many times that I thought the guy was straight up just CGI.
Yeah,
because he looked so decrepit. Like
I loved it when he's coming down the hall though, and he's got the gold mask on. He just looked like a straight up Dark Souls boss.
Yeah, like
totally right. Like the music would kick in any second. Yeah, I get that.
Like him opening up and like the slow walk to his chair. I'm like, I was just sitting there like, this is so fucking powerful. It's just like without the music, it'll look dumb as fuck.
I know, that's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, Jesus Christ, you take away the music and this is just sad. Like this is just a sad scene.
But like
that's actually
with
where
the music it really is like, wow, this is fucking a powerful moment because like he's really like trying to get his voice heard, and then the crown dropping. Apparently, that was scripted.
So that's where I would see crying, Richard. Like I would see crying the part when the crown falls and Daemon is there to like help him.
That's it.
Like
that's it.
So I think everyone was like, sorry.
I have a brother who he's close to my age, and we have been sort of best friends and rivals our entire lives, as most brothers tend to be. So that scene was a bit of a tearjerker for me, where it's like it was nice to see the two of them finally getting along and just showing actual love towards each other.
Yeah, I think like it really shows that like a lot of people think that like Daemon wants the crown. I don't think he really cares. Or maybe he does, but like at this moment it's just like he's just caring for his brother because this is the most important moment right now.
Well, it's just like that he's seeing the mortality of his brother and stuff like that, right? Like even beforehand when they were in the bedroom with him and like witnessing him for the first time in the state that he's in, like he could not look at him. Like he did not want to see what had become of his brother because it's saddening to him. It shows him what might become of him one day, right? So
Aemond looking up to Daemon, like those two are gonna be the fucking like the powerhouses of their respective teams for sure.
So
Aemond and Daemon.
Kaz told me a thing, but didn't reveal the grander picture of a certain thing. I think I know what he means now. So I'm just gonna say that. No, I don't want to say it because it's a huge spoiler. Because I've pieced it together in my head. I'm like, oh, that's where this is going. Because it just feels like those two are meant to battle it out for sure.
Well, because like Aemond is literally just Daemon with a D in the back.
I think that this show, and I don't know anything about like the books behind House of the Dragon, but I feel like it's pretty in your face that like the big rivalry in this show is going to be Aemond and Daemon.
Yeah, dude. When Daemon, when like fuck, what was his name? I was like calling them all like the kids bastards and everything, and Damon was like, "Fucking say it!" Like,
right?
I was like, "Oh shit!"
Now, on that front, can I pose another theory to you guys? I think because like we don't know how the books. I don't know how the books are gonna go or are going, but I think that like the eldest of Rhaenyra's kids is gonna die solely based on the fact that like his actor just isn't up to snuff with the other people on the show, if you know what I mean. Like, I can visually see that he ain't a guy that's sticking around.
Which one is that? That's
fuck, what was his name? I don't remember their names is the problem. Like
is the one that's becoming like the Lord of Driftmark?
It's the one that was reciting the Valyrian and stuff, trying to be good. I'm like, you are so nothing as a presence on screen that I think you're just gonna die.
I like how the time jumps. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna make these kids like age up to be like, you know, like 15, and then the second time jump we're gonna age up the like their nearest kids to be like, oh no, like 20 looking, and then we're gonna make the blonde kids or the silver hair kids, we're gonna make them like 30.
Yeah, we're gonna crank those kids up hard.
But
what do you guys think that like who of the groups, like who is sticking around?
Who's sticking around?
Like,
I don't know.
Like, do you think that he's gonna die? Because that's my big theory. I think he's dying.
I think this season really.
I think he might even get axed this season because he's just so nothing.
I don't know, man.
Like Rob, even Rob in season 1 has presence where you can look at him and be like, okay, that guy is like going to be a character for a bit. But like this character, I just don't see it. I had a vibe from him that he's nothing.
Yeah.
Like that we're not going to waste energy.
Really, like Rhaenyra's kids are just sort of like meh.
Right, because we're getting and now that she's birthing some kids from Daemon, like it almost feels like those kids are going to have to be pushed out of the way anyway, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I
can't
feel
keep
like
up
he's
with all the
dying.
kids. Honestly, I don't even know most of their names. I can't keep up with them. There's too many kids.
There's
I
like
know
Jacaerys or
Jacaerys,
something.
Lucerys, Joffrey,
Are they calling
Viserys.
them like Jace and Luke or
Yeah,
something
they
like
call
that?
him Jason Luke, but it's Lucerys and Jacaerys, Joffrey, Aegon, and Viserys. I think it's all their kids. I can't remember. She's got another on the way, so holy crap.
Oh god. I can't I can't keep up with all
and
these
that's a way to get rid
fucking
of it, right?
dragon names.
Just kill off a couple of them right away, and then there you go.
I do think it's more likely that the strong kids are going to outlast the other ones.
Can we talk about Aemon's like talk, like his table thing,
his speech,
his
speech? Thank you.
Passive aggressive attack.
Him fucking putting the pig in front of him cooked.
Yeah, no, I didn't actually pick up on that at first. Like that's why the situation arose, because I thought he was just snickering, and then he took that the wrong way. But I'm like, in hindsight, it does almost feel like the strong children are being shitty in a way, right? They are.
Well, I mean, I think so, but like I sort of took it as them being like, that was a funny thing at one time.
I didn't even think it was intentional. They didn't show anything that implied to me that they intentionally had that pig put in front of them. They snickered at it because it was funny, but it seemed like they were shocked when he reacted.
Well, I think Aemon intentionally put the cooked pig in front of himself.
In front of himself, eh?
Yeah, he intentionally did that to show like, this is what I fucking think about your stupid pranks. Is I'll just cook it and eat it.
Okay, interesting.
And then when they laughed at it, like he just stood up. Oh man, it's like, I don't know, dude. Aemon is like the only reason that like I'm thinking maybe the Greens, but definitely the Blacks for me.
But just like a morality standpoint, I'm going off of the Blacks, but like the Greens do have a couple characters that I'm like, that's.
They have like Kristen and Aemon, which are like, they're cool.
Are they cool? Kristen's cool?
Kristen's a dickhead. He's like an asshole, but like the same way that like Cersei was like, I hate her, but like she's a cool character.
Yeah, you love to watch him,
yeah.
but you love to hate him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an interesting character, that's for sure.
Like I like that everyone loved him and then immediately hated him. That's why I really like about it.
I like when a show can do that.
Yeah.
I expect that the strong kids are going to stick around for a little bit longer than it may seem, almost specifically because they, like, the Targaryen bloodline starts to water down and die. Like, we know that. And these two are prime examples of that happening. So I expect for them to actually be the survivors of all this.
Yeah.
See, and I thought that, like, because again, like, I have no idea going forward, like, what comes of this, but I just assumed that, like, because I don't think that she will become queen, because Daenerys' whole thing is that she's going to become the first queen, right?
I don't think so. There have been queens before.
Oh, really? Well, like main queens. Is that true?
I think that's why people aren't really complaining that Daenerys, like, that's why I think Daenerys is such a threat to people, is because like she has a strong claim. You know, I don't think they really care if she's a girl or not.
Fair enough. I also just assumed that like they would not get to the point where like they could become even the kings and queens. Like I think that the kids. I don't think the kids will be the bloodline per se. They'd be interesting if they were, I guess, but.
Well, I don't think so.
A timeline of that. Hold up, let me look that up.
Because like you gotta look at it like, you know which families are probably gonna perish.
Yeah.
Because
it's why
I never heard of any Strongs. I never heard of any Valerians. I never heard of any.
Richard, but I'm just gonna look it up for myself.
I never heard of any fucking what was her name?
Hightowers.
Hightower. Yeah, thank you. Like I never heard of any of them, so like I don't think they're gonna be lasting.
I'm just trying to gather like what I'm looking at here is the problem.
I think that it's I don't know. It's hard to say because we know the Targaryen bloodline starts to get watered down and it starts to die off, and they start to go crazy. Like that becomes like a trait for them. Is they're nuts.
I think that's what they've like always been.
I think that right currently, like it's showing that it's always been like that because of people like Helena, like people like her who are just like.
It's either they're crazy or they're really nice.
She's like.
Well, I mean, I don't mean nobody in the show is crazy right now.
Yeah, like Helena.
I mean, like Damon. Damon's kind of crazy.
Damon has also crazy tendencies. Yeah, like
these we're seeing like extreme personality traits, but like I mean they're like they go crazy, like
I just
mass
think I think it's
insane.
just when they're being put
Sure,
in like
but
the
that's
because like
already
I
happened,
definitely
though.
think that if Aegon was put as king, he'd go fucking crazy.
There are absolutely, I agree with that. Yeah, there are people I think before this. Like I think I'm not a huge. This is where Kaz would help. I'm not a huge Game of Thrones lore nerd, but Maegor was cruel. I don't know when he is, if he's after or before this, but I think that there are just bad rulers that are crazy, right? Like I think that that's just the case with Targaryen.
Yeah,
more than likely because they're incest and stuff like that. But
I just don't see that anybody in the show is
Yeah, they're all
representing
pretty
those
nice.
traits.
I don't know.
Like Damon is cruel, but he's not crazy.
Helena is crazy though. You have to admit on that.
Helena has something going on, but we haven't really seen enough of her character to understand that.
Well,
she's fucking spoiling shit, man.
Yeah,
I think she's weird.
Like, she's talking like future seeing, and it's like, ooh,
right. That's what I mean. I don't think that she's crazy. I think there's something else going on there. Like later on, the shit that goes down with like for Daenerys' father, for example,
Aerys and
was
stuff,
outright bonkers.
But you could argue that maybe it wasn't in that capacity because maybe it's something similar to what Helena had, where she is seeing weird. Not maybe. I don't know if she's seeing visions. Of course, this is all just speculation. But like maybe Aerys was seeing shit and he was kind of crazy like that, and he went off the rails and was like, burn them all, burn them all. Like we don't really know the tiers of madness in the Targaryens. So
Maegor, by the way, is definitely like 300 years before this.
Before this? Okay, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that guy was like insanely cruel, I think was the whole deal with that guy. Like, I don't know when like this phrase was coined, which is a funny thing to say for this phrase, but when they say the whole like when the Targaryens have a kid, like the gods flip a coin or whatever, like I don't know when that was like coined as a phrase, but
well, it was interesting this episode too that Helena pretty much outright said that Aegon has been doing things with her.
Oh yeah.
Well, they are married. They are already married.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they are.
In theory.
What the fuck? When did that happen?
Exactly. In theory. Well, because last episode they did say the whole thing where it's like, oh, she's your betrothed, like you should be more okay with that, and then all that. But it is one of those weird things that happens in between the episodes with a time jump that you just don't really get to see the whole deal. Like allegedly, they already have 3 kids.
What?
Okay.
Exactly. Like. That was a thing that I'd seen on an Alt Shift X video where it's like he's talking about like the family trees and all these people that are talked about, and they might mention them apparently in this episode like in one line, but they have kids, so weird.
Okay.
Yeah. See, it's been quick. It's been a little quick.
Well, okay. So until I see it in the show, I just don't believe it exists.
She has Jaehaera, Maelor, and Jaehaerys.
Shit's getting
Ain't
confusing.
seen them yet. Don't buy it.
Don't buy it? What do you mean?
I mean, I don't buy it until I see it. Like, they change the books. They do that.
They're going to change that aspect of it, though. I think that all is going to kind of go.
I mean, I think it'll probably happen. I just don't think it's happened yet.
Oh, fucking get this. So she has the twins, and they're both called Jaehaerys and Jaehaera.
I can't keep up with these fucking Targaryen names.
All these people are going to fucking die. I don't care.
Why? Like, if you have twins, why would you name them so similarly, too?
Quit naming your kid Aegon, okay? I get it.
And we have enough fucking Aegons and Joffreys, I swear to God.
Like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't keep up with the names. But one thing I do expect from Game of Thrones, at least if the previous show is any indication, will cut out lore that is deemed redundant.
Mm-hmm.
So I fully expect for them to cut stuff out.
Well, for sure.
So it wouldn't surprise me if they don't give these folks kids, or if they don't have them yet. But we haven't, to my knowledge, we haven't heard or seen anything about them having kids. So I just don't think it's a thing yet, because they've been real in your face with how many children there are. So I think if it's, I just don't think they've had kids
5 seconds
yet.
of screen time today where it was just like little kid playing with toys in front of the fireplace, and I was like, okay, cool, I guess. Like, I don't think
more
that
kids,
because like that's the thing. Like, there's not going to be any more time jumps. We don't think, right? Like,
I don't think so.
That's why I think maybe if they did one more time jump, I could see that kid living, like the oldest kid, but I can't fucking see it because like Your actor.
Oh no, he's dead.
Brings nothing
Joffrey
to
anyway
me.
is well. If you're talking about what is his name, Jace?
Yeah,
I think
is it
Jace is
Luke?
the oldest one.
I think it's Jace.
Jace.
Because Luke, I think
they're
is the
gonna
one that
live.
got nose punched the last episode.
The primary reason, like I do get from the acting perspective, but I would also argue that Kit Harington can't act his way out of a wet paper bag. But that being said, I think that Jace is probably going to live, and so is his brother, and that they are cast and they look so young right now because they expect them to be doing this show for the next decade.
It's not even that they like look a certain way though. To me, it's just like what you like bring to the acting table in a sense. Like I get that maybe these kids are gonna get better, but I can see the Luke. Luke's the younger one. I can see the younger one living.
No, wait, yes, fuck.
Yes, I think Luke is the youngest.
Yes, Luke is the younger one. He's not the youngest.
Yeah, because
All right,
Joffrey is
so-
the youngest.
Helena does have 3 children in this. They're just not
Already.
shown, I guess.
Have they named them?
They are Jaehaerys, Jaehaera, and Maelor.
No, but have they said their names in the show?
Oh, I don't know.
I think
Because that's what I'm saying. Is what I understand that in the lore they have these kids, but
No, I mean, like
name them in the show.
This is like apparently like from the show.
Where?
I don't know when they. I think they said it in like in a line that was like between, like Aegon and what the fuck's her name? Alicent. Jesus Christ. I think that was when it was maybe brought up. I don't know, but yeah, they have kids. I think they should have brought that up maybe during the dinner.
Yeah.
If they were all around. I think that would have been helpful, but
Should have like fucking 14 like little kid stools.
I gotta say, like, look, if these characters have kids, then I almost hate to say this, but that's pretty bad writing because we don't know anything about them. I didn't even know they had them.
Like, well, I think you just see the sheer amount of children in this fucking show is already confusing.
I just don't think
nuts.
Who's is what and who's is where? What's happening?
I don't know if it's bad writing. I'd say I just think it's not really relevant right now.
It's not. Yeah, it's not relevant, and it's a lot.
I think it is relevant. I think it's relevant because if we're going to say that they have kids and those kids maybe play a role in the future, we got to at the very least see them. I would agree that like when they're all having dinner, it would have been nice, even if they didn't name them, to just show the kids sitting in laps and stuff.
I think I would agree with that for sure. Like if these kids already exist, then yeah, in that case, show them at the dinner.
Yeah, like, I got to see them to know that they exist. Like I'm not reading a book, I'm watching TV, so I have to see it, or I don't know what to think of it.
It'll be a thing we see in like the next couple episodes or next season or something like that, if anything. But
how many episodes are left in this season?
2 more episodes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, realistically, I think half these
and I'll
kids
play
are
one
dead.
tomorrow. I mean, next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think most of this cast is going to make it out of this alive.
I don't know, man.
What do you mean?
I think it's going to come down to Rhaenyra and maybe one of her sons. And I do think you might be right that it might be the younger son, Luke, that comes out of this alive. I think it's going to come down to, I think, what are their names? Fuck. Bela and Rhaena, the 2 sisters.
Yep.
I think they're going to make it out of this alive, at least one of them. I think Aegon's dead, and I think Helena's dead, and I think their children are dead.
Woof.
Aemon's going to make it.
Well, I think Aegon is like the biggest competitor in like the Civil War.
I don't know nothing about all that, dog.
Speaking of people who are not making it, how did you guys feel about Corlys supposedly being killed off screen?
They said that he might recover, so I think that's hinting that like he's still alive.
Oh, thank fucking
he's gonna
God.
come back.
Jesus
yeah, he is technically still alive.
Because like the Maester was like saying like he's making a recovery, but like that's what the whole premise of this episode was. Like if he does die, who's gonna like?
Oh, I
become the
thought
new
that it
Lord
was
of
pretty
Westeros?
much that he like everyone thought that he was pretty much dead. Like there was no.
Well, they expect him to be.
They expect him to die
because like I thought he fell off a boat, right? Like that was the whole thing.
Fell off a boat and was like he was stabbed and fell off a boat. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think they said he got his throat cut too.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was
bad
that
shape.
it was just like he got thrown off a boat and we couldn't find him. I thought that was what happened. So like I thought next episode he might show up like I was found, but like now that you're saying that he's gonna show up and is fucking destroyed, I'm like, damn, dude.
I 100% do not believe that he's dead.
No, I'm glad.
Like, otherwise, they would have been like, he's dead. Like they would have straight up said that he died at this moment instead of being like he might survive. which means he's probably gonna survive and die at another time.
It just felt like, in a sense, it just felt like one of those things that they would do to be very unceremonious in like a narrative way, to be like,
yeah, some Game of Thrones shit.
Fuck it, and it's like that sucks because now that you brought it up, Richard, with the fucking Kingsguard guy, I keep thinking that's gonna happen, where it's like
where it's just like, yeah, he died, and that's life. That's the tragedy of life here.
Now I want fucking whatever his name is because I can't remember it, Richard. I'm sorry. But
Graham McTavish. Some respect on his name.
I want that guy to actually go down fighting in a cool scene.
Where the fuck was Larys Strong in this episode?
Fucking somewhere scheming. Who knows?
He's just chilling in Harrenhal, like laughing at himself, like
I killed my father.
we did see the rat this episode.
Yep.
The rat
on the
so if
if
we think he might be a warg, then you know.
Oh yeah. Do you think that's the rat that's like killed Viserys?
It's
like that gave him his disease
the whole time.
Do you think that's what like gave him his disease?
No.
I most certainly think that rat is, if it's not outright showing that someone's a warg, it is definitely. I think that the actual implication is just to show that.
Well, like rats are signs of like death, you know.
Yeah, they're also. I mean, I think it's also showing that like there's always eyes on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of like a sort of.
I like the idea of there being like a warg. Like you see the rat scurry off, and then like Helena picks it up.
I don't know if you were there for that episode, AJ, but yeah, that was like a big theory that we were posing with the rats, because they've been so frequently shown, and it's been online posed that Lysaris? What's his name? Larys?
I can't remember.
I
think it's Larys.
Yeah. People think that Larys might be a green seer or whatever the fuck, like just a warg, but he might actually have some abilities to spy with other creatures.
Yeah. We even looked it up, and his house is one of the first men.
And I'm mixed on it because, like, at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but no, because
I don't think so. I think that they're showing that he has ways of hearing everything.
Yeah,
but I don't think that it's literally like that's too easy for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and like while I would like for there to be some cool magic shit in the show in a capacity, I feel like that one would be a little weird. Maybe I could see it happening like 3 seasons down the line. Think that we reveal that maybe.
I don't think we'll get a lot of it.
God damn, like chill.
Because even the OG Game of Thrones really downplayed the warg thing.
But that's why I think that like this show could do more.
Right?
Like they like go down. Like this is like the downward spiral period.
What do we think about Viserys' last words?
Oh man, my dad texted me about this because he was like, "What did that mean?" I'm like, I thought it was pretty obvious, honestly.
I don't know what that means.
What were they again? I think I checked out at that point.
He mentions the prince who was promised.
Oh yeah.
Exactly what his last words were.
This is the huge problem: is who he is talking to is the problem.
Alicent, yeah.
Didn't he outright tell Alicent that she's the prince who was promised?
No. Okay. But here's the thing: I'm pretty sure in his like dying state that like he thought he was talking to Rhaenyra, right, or somebody like that, and he's just also losing his mind, like he's dying.
That prince who was promised doesn't come for another 200 years, guys.
And he was just spouting shit about Aegon's prophecy, and then she heard Aegon and was like, "Oh, you mean my son Aegon?" So that's gonna be a huge fucking annoying problem later on.
My son's a prince who was promised, even though he's a little shit.
She doesn't know about the whole like prophecy, right? So she doesn't know that he's like spouting shit like that. She's just thinking he's talking about that he made a mistake, maybe, and that Aegon should be the prince or the new king or whatever.
It's gonna be fucking just a misunderstanding that caused the civil war.
Yeah, really. Because that's the other thing too. Is like everyone was on good terms. Like I felt like at the dinner table, it was like I mean, of course, like the kids were fighting. That doesn't really count because Alicent and Rhaenyra who matter at this point. But like those two came together in a nice way. But this is just gonna now sever that entirely.
They're gonna tear up this family apart.
But what did you interpret from it?
I thought it was just babble. I thought it's just a dying old man.
Exactly.
Thinking he's talking to the wrong people. Like I took it to that he thinks he's speaking probably to Rhaenyra, and that he's babbling about things that have already happened. Like when he says Aegon's name, I don't think he's talking about the existing Aegon. I think he's probably talking about like Aegon the Conqueror or
Oh,
something.
do you think he's having a vision right there?
For sure. Not a vision, but I think he's just like.
What if he's like Aegon? He goes by Jon Snow. What if he said that?
I actually do think he probably is seeing something.
You think he's like having his like dying vision of the future?
Probably.
Mm-hmm. Because wasn't that Jon's name? Wasn't Jon Aegon?
Yeah, Jon is Aegon.
Yeah.
Jon's the prince that was promised, and then got shafted by his little brother.
Yeah, I think he's. I think
sister.
it's probably just coming off as like crazy time dying man babble, but I do think he probably is seeing something.
No, Jon was supposed to be king, and then his fucking
what's
little brother
happening to Jon
sent him away.
Oh, you're talking about that aspect of it. I'm talking. I was even saying how like Arya Shawshanked his fucking goal, like killing the Night King and everything from him. Like,
I think that the important thing though is that Alicent says, "I understand."
Yeah, because like
it's her being.
She was definitely like, my son Aegon is the prince's promise. I'm like, he needs to be the king.
Exactly. Like, she's gonna misinterpret the whole thing because she wants to hear it in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where this conflict brews.
Yeah. Your father said that my son is the rightful heir.
However,
so
his last words were, and I thought this was more beautiful, "my love," which I think was nice because I think that he saw, I can't remember her name because it was just like the first episode.
His wife.
His wife, yeah. So like I thought that was nice. That like
Emma,
thank you. It kind of culminates because like everyone's been saying it. Like the whole thing that he's doing is for her at the end of the day because she like he killed her by trying to get a male heir. So then to like kind of satiate that like grief, he made Rhaenyra queen, regent or whatever. So or whatever you'd call like the actual queen for her. And that has all kind of stemmed into a huge problem. Like I don't think Rhaenyra would like look back on it and be like, and even in the conversation she had with her father when he was asleep, like he doesn't.
I didn't realize he said "my love."
Yeah, I think he says "my love."
I thought he said "I'm lost." Either way, cool.
But like with how she doesn't really, or she didn't really want it, or she maybe wanted it then and doesn't want it now because of all the weight that it carries. It's just like really relatable shit.
Well, she even said it to like Daemon. She's like, I thought I wanted like to be heir when I was younger. I didn't realize what it meant.
Oh, I thought that was to her dad. Oh, my bad. What did you guys think of the whole like courtroom scene with
with what's his face again?
Pardon?
With what's his face? The other Valerian?
Yeah, with Corlys's brother. What's his face is a good note to jump off. Because when that happened, I'm not gonna lie, I did jump a little bit.
I didn't even make that pun.
I 100% did not expect that. That caught me off guard.
That's like the thing when like he was like, "Your kids," and Damon was like, "Say it." Like he was ready to just fucking kill him at that moment.
I knew he was gonna die after saying that, but it was like I did not expect.
Yeah,
because
I thought like the Kingsguard were gonna like seize him, but then fucking Damon just
yeah,
right.
It was a very good cut.
And Aemon's like look, like Aemon looked like almost like lustful. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, it looked. He definitely looked like he was. He thought it was cool. But that's the thing is, I think that both Daemon and Aegon are like. I don't think like Daemon wants the crown per se. I just think that he revels in chaos, and I think that Aegon's probably the same way. The two of them just like really want shit to be popping off.
It's a hard thing for me, right? Because like that's been my whole thing throughout all 8 episodes of the show. What is Daemon's whole deal, right? Like that's because like
I think he's just bored.
Like, at the beginning, it was like maybe he does want to secretly get this king shit going, but then it was like no, he's chilling out, and now he's kind of with Rhaenyra, so he has to kind of play that political role.
Daemon has that fucking crime hoodie that he always wears.
Crime hoodie. Yeah,
true. I think
I wear when I go out and do mischievous shit.
When I go kill NPCs. I think I don't think Daemon wants the crown. I don't think Daemon even really has any motivations. I think that when you see him when he's married, he's got the kids, I think he's complacent and he's bored. I think Daemon wants nothing more than to just be doing something.
He just wants to be entertained. And like then when he like marries Rhaenyra, like I think like he like at that point, knowing that she's heir, I think he's just fully on board with that. Like I want her to be, queen.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't think he wants to wear a crown at all. I think
I don't think he cares. I think he cares about his wife and niece at the same time.
Yeah, I think Aegon's the same way because he says, they're like, they mention how, you'll be fighting in tourneys in no time. And he's like, fuck tourneys.
Yeah.
I think he's the same way. He just wants like,
I don't give a shit about tourneys.
Yeah, he just wants to be doing shit. I think that both of them.
I think they just want to go to fucking war. He just wants to fucking fight someone. He has a lot of testosterone. I like how Aemond went from being a weenie to an immediate badass.
Yeah, overnight. Yeah, it's interesting how quickly that happened too. Like,
yeah,
god damn, like,
dude, he went from being a little whiny little pig bitch boy to being a handsome one-eyed badass.
Right, the moment he got a dragon.
I'm actually shocked that, I guess it's because he's already such a badass character in himself that he doesn't need to show the dragon. But I'm shocked that we didn't see Vhagar this episode with him like on.
Did we see any dragons?
I don't think so. We saw another note. We saw a dragon egg.
Yeah.
Because he said this is a clutch of 3. Do you guys think what I think?
No.
No?
I hope not.
I'm pretty goddamn sure. Like, if we see it, I'm pretty goddamn sure that it's gonna be a black I mean, what color were the eggs actually?
They're all like just black.
Were they? I think they were like green, they were all like red, and like. Well, hold on.
In the books, they have like different like flecks of like color, but in the show, I think they just had black.
I don't think that it's those dragons.
I don't think so because I think these eggs are meant for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
But like maybe because shit's gonna go down, like maybe these eggs are lost, right?
Well, it's
green, red, and gold.
That, like,
by the way, in the show were the colors.
Gotcha. It's established in the old show that the Targaryen dragons start to look like mutated and dog sized by the end. So I don't think that we've seen enough transition from regular dragon to like shitty fucked up dragons yet.
I get that for sure, but I think that it's a good chance for like certain things to get lost in a sense already. Like maybe that dragon,
true, it is possible.
Maybe that dragon that we saw, I can't remember who was who was connecting with that dragon already, but maybe that dragon doesn't even get much bigger than that, right?
Yeah, because that one was the size of like a big dog, and we do know, like it's written that Daemon's dragon is a mutated dragon. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it could very well already be happening.
I didn't know it was mutated. I just thought it looked cool.
No, like it does look cool, but the reason it looks all long and gross is because it's a messed up mutated dragon.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor Caraxes. So now here's a question: did they just do that for the show, or was that a thing like in the book? You think? Like,
no idea. I'm sure it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Like, I'm sure that they knew that, like, okay, during this time period, the dragons start to become diminished. And I'm sure they also thought, what if we made one look all cool and said it was diminished? You know? I think it's a little bit of both.
It's, yeah, I don't know. I don't expect that, like, I think it would be a funny little tie-in just in the same way that they've done the whole prince that was promised to unite the lands against the north or whatever. The same kind of connection between that. I think that if they did the dragon egg thing, I'd be like, yeah, I get it. Because I could totally believe that the eggs are taken away and like taken to Pentos or some bullshit and then just held there for later.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, I don't know about you guys, like, are you picking up also there's like the vibe of the Maester thing going on where like the Maesters are going against the Targaryens? Do you guys get that vibe either?
No.
No vibe of that.
Not at all.
Sorry, I'm looking at a video of like the eggs. Well, say that again.
Do you think that in this show we're going to see a little bit of a confirmation of the Maesters being shitty towards magic and the Targaryens?
I don't know.
You don't know? Because like that'd be another aspect of it. I think like if we were going to see these eggs and getting taken away, especially, I think that would be where it would come from.
You just see a Maester eating a fucking giant omelet.
Eating, but okay. They're like, where'd those eggs go? And it's like, I don't know. I had a full course breakfast here, though.
I don't know, man. They're just eating a fucking massive omelet. Right?
That would taste good.
I don't know. I imagine it'll taste like, I don't know, brimstone, maybe.
Ew.
That's something that I almost expect them to just not even put in the show. Is this idea of like the Maesters behind the scenes slowly making sure that things change to get rid of quote unquote magic? Because even the original Game of Thrones barely shows anything magical.
Well, I mean, even the books that people go off of for that theory, like they don't like. There's like
Yeah,
I think a
it's
couple things that suggest something, but it's not
right.
something that's
It's
been confirmed.
exactly, and like magic as a whole in Game of Thrones barely even exists in the first place.
Yeah.
I think that we'll probably see more of that, and I do think that they are intentionally setting up Jon Snow's show with this show.
Oh, fuck
By
off.
Don't say
repeated.
that, even dude.
Oh, they
Fuck
absolutely
off.
are. There's a reason they keep mentioning.
Oh, did you also
Prince who
hear
was
that they have
promised.
The Walking Dead has a Daryl spin-off show?
Shut the fuck
Oh
up.
boy.
Speaking of
But I
Jon
think
shit,
that-
Snow show.
speaking of useless spin-offs.
Like, hey, like the funniest thing is if they don't call that show the Jon Snow show, then I don't care because like
You know what's probably gonna be? Snow.
you're right.
It's
It
just
really
like
is.
it's like a late night show with Jon Snow hosting. I think
God.
that I think they're setting up for the Jon Snow show. That's why they've mentioned the prince who was promised like 3 times, and they keep showing the cat's paw dagger. All of this is related. It's all tied together.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
all
I think
tied back
HBO
into
is
remembering how shitty season 8 ended. Like that's the thing.
well. That's why I think they're doing it. I think they're trying to remind us that season 8 sucked, and they're also at the same time trying to show us we're gonna fix it. And I think they're taking a page out of Disney's book, and they're trying to show like this is a connected universe. We're gonna get back to this. Just hang on.
Man, like yes and no, because at one point, if something ended so bad like season 8 of Game of Thrones, I'm cool with just being back here doing what we're doing. And being
Yeah,
like,
but that isn't the case. You know, we already know they're making a Jon Snow show. I will
Pardon?
fight you.
Aragon is the better dragon show, dude. If they made Aragon into a series,
They made
be
it
alright
into
with
a
that.
really bad movie.
Was Matt Damon in that movie, or was it a younger guy?
uh,
That guy, I only think of Matt Damon in that movie.
I don't think Matt Damon.
I looked
I
up
don't think he
Aragon,
was,
and
that guy looked like Matt Damon to me.
I looked up Aragon. I was like, did you mean Oregon?
They don't even care. But sorry, what were we just talking about before Aragon? That like took my whole brain away because I thought of Matt Damon.
I think that they know exactly what they're doing. We know that we're getting a Jon Snow show.
But
We know it.
fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like, this is like
I
the
think they know
Cassian
exactly what
Andor
they're
show, but like times 1,000, where it's like
This is
holy
like the fucking Echo show. Where
Yeah.
it's just like
where it's like we don't need this. Like we like because
like
I actually-
but, like I'm all right with them. Like it'll be cool, I'm sure. But like,
no.
what the fuck are they gonna do?
I like literally have such negative hype for this show that I don't know how to
because
how to-
literally at the end of season 8, they're like, you're sent to the Night's Watch, and then he just goes north of the wall, if there is a wall anymore.
gonna
He
be a
just goes
very
to the-
fucking entertaining
like-
show when it's
Like
just
if
white.
he's not allowed to come back south of the wall, what the fuck is the show gonna be about?
I mean that's what it's going to be about. Like despite all my bullshit about not liking Marvel's super connected universe, I actually think that this time it's a good idea because they have an opportunity to fix season 8 by showing what happens afterwards. And it's not just going to be about Jon Snow. We have Arya who's sailing west of Westeros.
Have they
So we don't
confirmed-
know what that's going to
Is she gonna be in the show?
I mean, we don't know that, but I guarantee it.
Fuck. Okay, but no. 'Cause you can't say that you guarantee that shit because like all that
Because,
might
like-
be is that she sails back and is like, I fucking saw nothing. Like that could
Yeah.
literally
Yeah,
be
sure,
what it
maybe.
is.
So update on my trip. There's nothing west of Westeros.
Yeah.
Bunch
I mean,
of
maybe that's
nothing.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that they have plenty of material to make a show out of this.
They should go
They
for
can still
her show,
explore.
then.
That's what I'm saying, though. I don't think that this idea of it being what we know is that Kit Harington is going to be in a show. No one has said it's the Jon Snow show, other than us goofing around.
I don't know, man. That's all I've heard from people online. Is this the Jon Snow show?
I think we're going to see a lot of what's going on with Jon Snow. I think we have an opportunity to fix the prince who was promised prophecy. I think we have an opportunity to, I don't know, maybe even fix the whole winter is coming thing and show that maybe winter hasn't even come yet.
That earlier winter wasn't winter.
But
this is the
wouldn't
real winter.
that just suck dick?
That
Like,
would
when-
fucking suck.
That
Yeah.
would make Game of Thrones suck even more dick than it currently sucks.
You're telling me
I
that the entire
absolutely
build-up of
disagree with
these entire 7 seasons of Game of Thrones was for not even the right thing?
Turns out the Night King
Yeah.
was just the Night General, and I'd be like, fuck that. Like,
So, on the one hand, I trust the writers of Game of Thrones now much more than I used to. And on
Much
the
more
other
than
hand,
fucking D&D.
if they are doing something where they make an attempt to finish the outright objectively bad season 8, I'm down with it. Like if they put something out that fixes it, okay,
like for sure. Like if they could fix it, I will be happy.
I don't agree necessarily because, like, to me, it's like people who want the sequel trilogy to be like retconned with some Ahsoka time travel in her show, and I would
100% take that.
I'm
so on board with that.
Pissed if that happened. Because I'd be like, you fucking people literally are so. Oh my god! Because you went along and made it in the first place, and then now we're in the hindsight of it going, oh, that was a bad idea.
maybe the show will be like bringing back like concepts like, hey, warging is a big deal. John. Like, little did you know, in the books, he's a fucking warg. So, like
So that's what I mean, though. Is there are enough unanswered questions, even about the what are they called? The scary ice people, whatever they're called.
The White Walkers.
The White Walkers. There's even unanswered questions about the White Walkers, like what's up with the spiral pattern? What's up with the frost babies? We don't know anything about
exactly. We don't know because it fucking sucked ass in the show, and that's all need.
I think. We need. I wanted this final season to have a epic dragon battle with Bran warging into one of the fucking dragons.
Where the fuck was that? Like, good lord!
I felt like that was built up so much. Where it's like he can warg into animals, and people were like, "He's gonna warg into a dragon and fight people." No, he doesn't do shit with his powers. He's fucking useless. I hate him.
Warg into anybody.
It's weird to me because I feel like you guys want the same thing that I want, but you guys don't think that they're going to do this in the new show that takes place.
I think the time is gone.
Look, I want it, but I honestly don't know how they're going to do that without making sense,
without it flowing normally. Like,
are they just going to be like? It turns out
ways they could do this.
Like, yeah, winter was cool and all, like that big battle with the Night King. However, this is Super Winter and the Super Night King.
I mean, who's to say that can't happen? That has literally happened repeatedly throughout the history of Game of Thrones.
I know, but like, I just think it'll be derivative at that point.
What do you mean, though? Because the Night King that we know was like, it was still theoretically the Night King, and it's not. But now he's dead. Like, he's gone. At
what point did any of the White Walkers call him the Night King?
Oh my God.
Don't do that. Come on.
I'm just saying. Look, I'm not advocating for this, but I am saying that they could absolutely do it, and if they do it in a way that I think
what are they gonna do? They're gonna go up to this guy and be like, "Hello, Night King. Here's your staff."
The three-eyed raven was like, "Yo, that's the Night King. That was the Night King."
Watch this. Check this out. Right,
the guy who knows literally everything in existence called him the fucking Night King. So
this is a very, very easy fix, assuming they even go down this route, which I don't think they will. I think that the whole White Walker thing is done. I don't think they'll take that route. But how do you fix it? I don't know. Show Sam in a library reading a book. Oh shit, we were wrong. Cut to Jon Snow. A raven shows up. It's from Sam. It says, "Oh shit, we were wrong." Jon finds a fucking cave up north. He goes in the cave. What does he see? A bunch of frost babies. There's a crown in there or some shit. I don't know. I could write it blindfolded though. It's super easy.
Yeah, but you're writing it blindfolded and it sucks. Like, it sucks.
I'm just saying that they can do it, but that's not what I think is going to happen. I think realistically, we're going to see what happens with Bran. We're going to get something much more satisfying than what we got. We're going to see what happens with Arya. We're going to see what happens with Jon. And personally, I'm okay with them fleshing that shit out because what we got is one of the worst things in television history.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they would try to fix it, but like they might just immediately fuck it up even more. But like I understand your point where like they could do a lot of things even with things that have already been established, but like why? Like why would
Yeah, like honestly,
what do you mean?
It's fucked.
What do you mean why? A, money, and B,
but if
that's the logic, then why are we watching House of the Dragon?
Because this is but that's the thing.
Because this is like an already established like history of the show instead of things that aren't even written down, you know? Like,
so let me get this straight. We don't like the idea of them writing new lore?
Yeah. A little bit.
Oh, but Rings of Power is cool?
Fuck off, I knew you were going to go there.
Shit, you got it. Fuck, we backed up into a corner.
I knew it was going to go as soon as you said that.
Look at that. How the tables have turned, boys.
God damn it, Richard.
Well, I'm not against that. I've already said that I'm not against them writing new lore.
I'm not against them writing new lore, sure. But what all I'm saying
I'm just saying I don't know
to go back and do some of the cool shit that's already been done, rather than go forward into a place that has been shit. So
I've already dropped the mic, boys. I'm moving
I'm just
on.
saying that like
immediately.
but like I'm just saying that like the fucking like season 8 just left us such a sour taste in my mouth that I don't want them to try to fix it because I just might break it again, you know?
Yeah, because going forward it just seems like shit again. Because like
no, I
again,
agree. I'm with you.
Rewriting that whole Night King thing, like you're saying, would piss me off.
So, me too.
Honestly, like if Daenerys showed up and was like revived as a firewalker, I'd be more into that. I'd be more into that idea than the Night King coming back.
She comes back riding on the back of her dragon, bursting in
Drogon
flames.
took me to the fucking Far East where I was resurrected as the firewalker, and I'd be like, oh shit.
No, see, what's gonna be is that Arya's gonna go west of Westeros, and that's where the Drogon is taking Daenerys to be resurrected, and that's where Arya's like, oh shit, she's back. And that's where it's going to connect.
There you go.
I can't help but believe that a lot of this stuff was left open-ended intentionally. We don't know what happened to Drogon. We don't know what happened to Arya. We don't know what happened to Jon or Bran.
See, that
all these characters are still alive.
We know what happened to Bran. He became a fucking dumbass.
I
Who has a better story than Bran?
The last shot or something. Oh, don't even start. I thought the last shot was going to be like, or not shot even, but Bran would have been like, okay, I'll go find out where Drogon is and warg into Drogon or something like that, and we see what the fuck is going on. Like,
hey, you know that person that like their dragon took them away? You know, there's still a giant dragon out there. Can you use your powers to find that shit, please? We need eyes on that.
God, man.
I think we'll get all of that and more in the new show. But at the same time, look, here my life has turned into me just fatly sitting on a couch, drooling all over myself and consuming whatever bullshit show is shoved down my throat. So I don't care anymore.
You take away the fatly there, man. Come on. Relax.
Look,
you're beautiful.
I don't care
about my belly
anymore
button situation.
what other people say. I like the Rings of Power, and I'm not ashamed.
Oh boy, howdy. Yeah, hey, I liked the last episode a bit, but like I thought there was a really funny bit. I'm gonna jump into this for a hot second. There was a really funny bit where a name got like practically crossed out that I thought was really fucking funny because I predicted.
Which one was it?
Well, it was like
that was one of the worst scenes.
The Southlands came up, and I was like, I turned to parents, I was like, what if it got crossed out by like a fucking magic marker right here or something like that?
It's so bad.
Mordor. And I was like, but to be fair, I called that from like the beginning, and I was super happy about that. I loved the satisfaction of feeling like I got that right was really good.
I think just watching that show without hatred in your heart makes it all the better.
You hear that, Richard?
Watch the show
the concept
and
of
just
not
let
having
go.
hatred in your heart.
You just have to let go, Richard.
It is not possible for me. I've even got friends who didn't go into this hating it as much as I did, who have just quit watching it because it's just a boring show.
Richard, I will. Last time we talked, I will admit you were bringing up some good points. All right, but I'm not going to change my opinion.
I don't know what the points you were bringing up were. Can you reiterate what the points?
I can't remember. It was I can't remember myself, but I remember myself thinking he's bringing up some actually good points about this show. So I'll give you that. I can't remember what you were talking about, but I'll give it to you.
Boy, howdy! Check us out in 10 days when we discuss Rings of Power, the whole season 1 together. Oh boy.
I'm gonna pop in and I'm gonna be like, the show sucks, and then I'm gonna log out of Discord.
And we're never gonna see him again.
I still want to hear what you thought about the other episodes of Andor. No.
God damn it! I have to watch Andor.
God, that's how I felt last night. But I actually came out of that pretty okay. But do you guys
I like the show, but God, there's too many shows right now.
There's too many shows right now.
I can't wait until the October ends, because then I think at that point we are just watching. Oh, would you look?
We gotta watch Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War.
What?
We gotta watch Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War that just came out on Disney Plus apparently.
Isn't that like an anime?
It is an anime, and it came out on Disney Plus, I think.
Oh,
Bleach did?
Wow,
yeah.
I am very shocked about that. Isn't that from my childhood?
Yeah.
That's like Funimation.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but in November
shit.
we just got Andor to talk about, and I think in November also doesn't.
We got Black Panther.
Yeah.
We also got there's something else coming out.
Black Adam.
Oh, fuck off.
No, something we actually care about.
Is about to change.
Something we actually care about.
Wow.
It's true. I'm sorry, but like I could not give less of a shit. Actually,
I am so beyond excited.
Jon Snow show and is below Black Adam, but yeah.
Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna go see Black Adam in theaters. That's how excited I am.
Apparently, Superman's gonna be in it. I don't know.
That's the rumor.
I don't know if that's gonna fucking sway me into seeing this movie. People,
look, I will see it. I will see it. Okay, I will see it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know. I might go see it for the theater popcorn.
I'm not gonna see. I'm not gonna see it because I want to enjoy it though. Okay.
Yeah. The Rock said in an interview.
Popcorn.
Somebody asked The Rock how he would feel about a Black Adam versus Superman movie, and The Rock said, "What do you think all of this is for?"
Oh god.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I don't.
I do.
Fuck.
Woo! I'm so excited.
Hold
baby.
on,
Richard.
They made a sequel to R.I.P.D.
No, they didn't.
It's coming out November 15th, apparently.
I don't even know what that is.
R.I.P.D. with Jeff Bridges and Ryan
Reynolds.
I've never even heard of that.
They played like
R.I.P.D. Rise of the Damned. What is this?
It's gonna be great.
This went completely under the radar. Oh, the Santa Clauses on Disney Plus. I'm excited for that.
Are you really?
I'm
yes, man. I love Santa Claus.
Wait, with Tim Allen?
DC movies.
Okay. I thought for some reason I thought we were talking about what's that movie called with the shitty guy. Oh my god.
Oh, Bad Santa.
Yes, that's what I thought you were talking about. And I was like, you like those movies? Because I don't give a fuck.
I don't like those movies.
That guy, I can't remember his name right now. It's irking me, but I hate that guy.
Johnny Knoxville?
No. The shit.
Bad Santa is Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, Billy Bob
Thornton can suck a dick. I hate that guy. If you are watching the show, which I guarantee you were not, but if you ever see this Billy Bob Thornton, fuck you, dude. Fuck you and your shitty band, okay?
What if you just started like he's watching right now, and he just clicked out of Twitch, and he's writing your name in a book?
I can't believe this fucking guy. Like, is it?
I can't believe this random low like follower McClunkey Squadron Twitch account doesn't like me.
Why don't you refer to me as my band? Fucking asshole. Hate that guy. Anyway, what do you guys think?
Do you hate him more or less than James Corden?
Oh, definitely I hate James Corden more, but like, fuck,
right,
man.
There's nobody on earth I hate as much
Hey,
as
James Corden, if you're watching this, fuck you, man.
Fuck you.
Double fuck you. Because, like, what were you thinking in every decision you've ever made acting-wise? Like, what the fuck has it been? What has it all been culminating into, James?
What does it mean?
What are you going towards? And then also, while I'm at it, Josh Gad, what the fuck? Why do you have to be so annoying in your presence in every fucking movie you're in? Like, it wasn't enough that you were in animation. Suddenly you had to be fucking visibly seen, and you look annoying.
Yeah, and also Kaz the DM. Fuck that guy.
That guy is an ass.
That guy sucks.
Oh man, worst of all. All right, what do you guys think is going to happen in the next 2 episodes of House of the Dragon? What are your predictions?
I think the kids are going to go at each other's throats, start slashing and killing. And dragons.
I think it's going to be a boring episode.
Next week, you think?
Well, next week is the penultimate episode. Every season of like Game of Thrones, the penultimate episode is like fucking action packed.
The episode.
You know, it is the fucking shit goes down in that one.
Do you guys think that a dragon is going to fight a dragon by the end of this season?
No.
Like I think that like I don't think I think they're gonna keep the dragon fight till like the bigger moments.
Yeah, I think that I don't even think we're gonna see a kickoff to any sort of war until the next season.
Yeah, me too.
See, I was thinking that next week might be like not the kick. I don't know how you would word that right, because this whole thing might not be like considered like a war that had like a proper start day. But I think that like I don't know. I think like a small scale, not a dragon killing a dragon next week. I think we could see definitely a dragon battle each other in the sky for a second and be like, whoa, call it off. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing might happen where it's like it's getting heated. We're willing to throw dragons into fights with each other.
They haven't shown it's Sunfire, have they?
Which one? Whose dragon?
Sunfire is Aegon's dragon.
No, they have definitely not shown that dragon.
I don't think.
Who?
Because if they do.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Rhaenyra's children.
Then I was gonna think it was like maybe like Caraxes versus Sunfire or some shit.
I'm thinking,
I don't think we're getting shit next episode. I think that what might happen is I think Corlys might wake up and be like, "What the fuck did you do to my brother?"
I had a vision. I didn't go north of the wall.
I think that the sheer fact that Corlys's wife is still alive and sided with Rhaenyra is going to suggest that's going to be a thing.
Yeah,
but I think Corlys is going to wake up and he's going to be furious that his brother was murdered.
I don't agree, but okay.
I think I think he's gonna
fuck about his brother. Apparently,
I do, but no, I don't think he's gonna be mad that his brother was murdered. I think he's going to be mad that his brother was murdered for calling Rhaenyra's children bastards when he knows that to be true. Because he has not made that something that he's keeping a secret. He's very, very much been vocal about it. But I think we're gonna get more with Corlys, and I think next episode is gonna be kind of boring, just setting some shit up. I know that it's like the trend. Game of Thrones episode 9 is the big one. But I think that the more modern trend on how TV's been functioning in the last couple of years, the last episode is going to be the big one.
I think it'll still be big, but I think the second one will be big shit. But
yeah, I think something's gonna go down next episode.
Also, I didn't get to fucking bring this up actually because it was such a goddamn small moment in this episode in the first place. A returning character showed up this week that I had totally been thankful that we didn't get more of, but.
Who?
The fucking, like, Daemon's old girlfriend.
Oh, I know, right?
Like, a character
as soon as she talks, too, I'm like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
Like, that girl is an enigma. I don't know what the fuck she is.
If by the end
I don't
of this
get what
season that doesn't, like, culminate into something, I'm gonna be like, ooh.
Like,
not ooh, but like, ooh.
Did they get married? Like, did Daemon have a kid with that girl?
No. That was all fake.
I think it was all bullshit. I think she's gonna kill Daemon, though.
You think she's gonna kill Daemon? Oh,
yup. Way further down, but I think that's gonna happen. But every time she shows up, she's just like the last time on this episode, me and my buddies were watching it, and like she goes and she says something, and she's just like, I had about the cat. And all my buddies are like, what the fuck did she just say?
What the fuck? What did you even try to just say?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. I can't understand a word she's saying, and I'm not the kind of person that's like, I can't understand your accents. That's not. I genuinely think that they got a bad actress to play her. Like I can't understand her. Her cadence is so weird.
That that's not her accent at all, right? Like so, like that's just a choice that like either she made or that like the directors made.
But that's the directors for sure because she's from like the same place that what's her face from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I can't remember Shay.
She's from that same place, so like they have some weird fucking accent, though.
Every time she talks, how about that?
There was always something inherently annoying about how Shay talked. I gotta say, you know what I mean? Like Shay just always sounded.
They're trying to go for like exotic bitchy accent, but it just.
I agree, dude. I absolutely hate Europeans. You know,
especially people from England.
Can't stand them, dude. North America squad, what up?
Yeah, why don't you speak fucking normal? Just Kaz.
That guy especially, like, he's so bad for it.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Maybe that's why I hate James Corden so much. He has an annoying fucking accent, dude.
Yeah, I hate him because he sounds like Kaz.
Dude.
Kaz is like the nicest person I know.
You need to find nicer people.
All
right, any other closing thoughts, folks, on House of the Dragon episode 8?
Show's still good.
Show's still
I like
great. It. Love it. If these next 2 episodes suck dick, though, that would be hilarious.
If they drop a season 8 in these next 2 episodes, I swear to God.
Dude, if I end up liking the season finale of She-Hulk more than I do House of the Dragon, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Bro. The fucking moon is going to shift around.
It'll turn purple for a moment.
That'll be it.
I think that, like, it's actually weird because I'm super looking forward to tonight to, like, watch that episode and see what the fuck goes down. Mostly just for you, Richard. Just for you.
Wait, is it tonight?
Yeah, in theory.
We're going to come out and be like, oh no.
I know I'm going to be scared. I'm going to be like, oh, fuck. He's going to have some ammunition against this show.
He's going to have a fit about this episode.
Oh, fuck, man. And then same with that's my thoughts whenever I'm watching Rings of Power also, is I'm watching it and going like, I wonder exactly what Richard is hating right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm like sitting there like, man, this episode is pretty good. I wonder what Richard has wrong with it.
I have never mind. I'm holding my thoughts.
It is always a blast watching these shows just for that. If anything, what I do appreciate about watching all these shows with you guys is like just getting the chances to talk and like vibe with you guys and have our bullshit discussions about these shows. So
yeah, it's fun too because one of my someone in my chat pointed out that like they were like, Richard, is it just you disagreeing with them all the time? And I'm like, no, actually, a lot of the times all of us will have like we agree on some things, we disagree on other things.
Yeah, varying degrees of fuck you.
Yeah, 100% nerdy as shit the entire way through.
Yeah, it's always exciting to see what we come to the table with problems. Like even I at the beginning was like, yeah, like this wasn't my favorite episode, but like, and that's the other thing too, right? Coming together and talking about it gives me a different perspective on it a lot of the time. So like things like Andor, I come into it and I'm like, but then I come out of it and I'm like, yeah, okay. Like y'all brought some good things to the table.
I think like we've definitely become more comfortable with this like talk show format. Where like before when we first started, we'd be like, and this beginning episode, what did we all think? Like, and just like we go step by step through the episode. Now we're just like, hey, remember when Aegon fucking chopped off that guy's head or something like that? Like we just go straight into it.
It's just easier. It's easier to just do it off the cuff than it is to try to structure a conversation.
I much like prefer it this way, where it's just we eventually do get to everything, but we just go on at our own pace. I like it.
Yeah, about like kind of what comes to your head at the time.
I think it's much more comfortable.
It's like there's spots in my brain that like this moment was more impactful to me, so it's the thing that like is on my mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that moment, I forgot the 7 moments that came before.
Yeah.
So
I do still have like the episodes going on in the background all the time, just to kind of like give myself a refresher on like what was going on, so I might have another thing to talk about. But beyond that, like yeah, we're gonna raid into Voidcast Live. They are discussing 1 D&D today. So, what was that reaction?
I wonder what their opinion of it is.
See, now I haven't really even looked into 1 D&D, and I
hate it.
I need someone to give me a rundown. I need someone to tell me everything.
It's for people who don't want to play normal D&D.
Mm-hmm.
But what does that mean?
It's like D&D, like every bit of D&D wrapped up into one really simplified format.
If D&D 5th edition is just okay, shit. Pathfinder, right? Is just D&D 3.5 again, right? And D&D 5th edition is just a super simplified 3.5. D&D 1 is a super simplified D&D 5th edition, which I didn't even know you could do.
What's that?
Well, like, what do you mean? Like, you're not give me more.
I can't simplify it much more than that because it involves getting into like the rules, but like simplifying things like a rogue's sneak attack abilities, for example. That's a thing they're doing. They're changing sneak attack. They nerfed it basically.
So
and
like when you say they nerf it, right? Like I don't have a problem with like the simplifying aspect of things. It's just like if they're changing it and then nerfing it, it's like, well, why? That's my whole thing.
I only do because I feel like D&D 5th edition is already the easiest tabletop game you could play.
Sure, in a sense, but I mean, like, if you could make it like simpler for people who are like entering, like, I don't have a problem with that. Like,
then play 4th edition. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but like, that just seems like a weird like gatekeeping kind of thing in a sense. But
it is. Yeah. It absolutely is, and I can't even deny that. But it's for me, it's kind of like with fighting games. I play fighting games a lot, and like the modern trend.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow for Andor. McClunky.
McClunky.